Hi everyone, welcome back to Delorean Nation. Today we've got a Delorean story for you of VIN 4945. So the story with this car starts with a mail I got with some Polaroid photos and a handwritten note, two photos of a Delorean, and a handwritten note from a gentleman that says, "I'm an 82-year-old man and his car collection must go." So of course I call the gentleman. The guy's in Wisconsin, about 3.5 hours or so from the shop, and a couple of times we talked about price of the car, which I was unable to get. And I figure the guy's in his 80s and he says the car has to go, and so I decide to take a day and drive up 3.5 hours to see this car. So I drive up to see this car. It's a really nice car. And I asked the guy what's been done to it in his time of ownership, which was probably close to 20 years. And he tells me, well, we did some brake work about 5 years ago. That was the only maintenance. So I know, okay, this is a nice, well-stored car. He took very good care of it, kept it in a heated steel building. But I know on the maintenance, this car is going to need some stuff. My idea of what it needed and this gentleman's idea of what it needed were kind of far apart. We were unable to come to terms on price, and it kind of ended with him telling me, well, he tells me his net worth and says he doesn't need to sell the car. So I politely enough, that's fine. I said, well, I'll take photos of the car. I can't buy the car at that price, but I'll kind of document the car. And if somebody comes along that's looking for this particular car, maybe we'll put something together. I'll just keep record of it. So kind of spent a whole day doing that. We drove back home, didn't wind up with the car. Fast forward probably 3 months, and I have a gentleman, really nice guy, calls me up, Scott, who's very excited. He had recently taken a hiatus from his work, and he says he has a bucket list of things to do. And the first thing on his bucket list is to find a DeLorean. And so I kind of get caught up in this guy's energy and really want to help him find a car. He's looking for the hardest combination to find, a gray interior with automatic transmission. So I think of the Wisconsin car I went to look at, was not able to make a deal on. And after a little thinking, I tell Scott that, I do have this car. It's a very nice cosmetic car. I think it's, priced kind of high for what it's going to need mechanically. But, if you're looking for a car, I know it's a good car and we can build this into a good car. So Scott tells me he'd like to try to purchase this car. I make a second trip up to look at this car on Scott's behalf and show him a video of the car. We're able to drive the car as well as it could drive. I think the brakes were kind of shaky on the car and it only had first gear in the transmission or something like that at the time. But I'm able to drive it, around this guy's property and shoot some video for Scott for this car. And so he agrees to purchase this car. And we get the project started. I get the car loaded up in the trailer. We take it back. We probably took about three or 4 months, I believe, going through the car and getting it well sorted mechanically. And then, then Scott decides to send this thing off to be modified. And that's where I'm going to let Scott take over the rest of this story. Pretty unique car, great customer, very nice guy, and kind of a really neat build I hope you guys like. So enjoy, and Scott will take it from here. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I'm a very thankful DeLorean owner. I also have a few extra parts in here, as you can see. The flux capacitor, which is what makes time travel possible. But this project would not be possible if it weren't for DeLorean Midwest and the help of Mike McElhatton and his wife Susie. I want to say my thanks. So I had this idea to take on this car project, kind of a dream car, a very special car, and I didn't know where to start. And I called up or emailed Mike. I think I found the DeLorean.com website, and then from there looked at their inventory and saw that they had a few cars listed. And so I reached out to Mike, and he said, we don't actually have that particular model available. I was looking for gray leather interior, automatic. And he said, well, we have a contact, and I can go and talk to him if you like. And so he ended up going out to this fellow's farm in Wisconsin. He was a car collector. He was starting to sell some of the vehicles in his collection. And he went out and saw the car and came back and he told me, he said, I would say 1 out of every 5 or 6 cars looks as good as this. So it seemed like a great base to start with. So basically Mike helped me just talk through the whole process, what to look for, what to expect. He negotiated a price and brought the car into the shop in Midwest. And then over the winter time, they did a number of repairs, minor things like the air conditioning and the brakes not working. And then, the important stuff like I wanted new leather seat covers, So there was actually a bunch of work that they did. And between these two pieces of this project, there was the DeLorean, the car, and then the Back to the Future stuff. And I really wanted to do both franchises justice. I wanted to have a great base car, and then I also wanted to have a great set of Back to the Future props and parts on top of that great car. And the team at Midwest really did a fantastic job on the details. I think the car was already in pretty good shape, but, shampooed and vacuumed the carpets. They still have the original carpets in here. I do believe there's still a lot of original materials. I don't have the full list of items that they fixed up and things they touched up, but there was a good amount of stuff done. And again, it really is just a special vehicle. Owning and driving one of these is its an experience unto itself. And when I received this car, I didn't sleep very well that night, and was kind of excited, but also thinking, I don't know if I'm ready for this. What's going to happen after tomorrow when I own this car and drive around, and what are people going to think? And I will tell you, it never gets old. You just bring surprise, joy, and delight to people wherever you drive. And whether you have a stock DeLorean or you have one with some of these extra bits on it, it's incredible. It is such a special car. It's a 40-year-old car, and yet it is so well known, even by kids. Whether it's the video games or it's the movies or something else, even the kids recognize, like, hey, that's a DeLorean. So again, I want to say thanks to Mike and Susie and the whole team at DeLorean Midwest. You help people like myself be able to live the dream, and it really is an honor and a pleasure to be able to have one of these and to share it with people. It is so fun, and it never gets old. Thank you. Now, where we're going, we do need roads. Oh, I should start it up. All right. I didn't mention, got the Stage 2 engine upgrade. This car sounds pretty good. Let's see if we can fire it up here without making the camera fall. Okay. Cold start. It's cold here in Canada. It's almost freezing. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm gonna have to try again. Pretty good, huh? Okay, thank you guys.